Guys, the Bitcoin death cross is quickly approaching. One of the most famous bearish indicators is approaching, and today I'm going to show you what this means for the Bitcoin price. I do have the exact numbers right here, what you can expect. Also, we do have something called a golden cross happening on the dollar index. And this is even more interesting than the death cross for Bitcoin. So guys, very important stuff to talk about today. I'm going to fill you in on everything you might have missed and what I think the market is going in the near future. So welcome back everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you are new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's get straight into it. So let's first begin on the 4-hourly time frame here for Bitcoin as usual. And what you can see here is, if I take away this real quick, you can see that not much has been happening actually. We did have a little bit of a pullback yesterday just for us to then come up higher, or the other way around. We went higher and then we had a pullback, and now we are seeing a bounce from that. So still indecisiveness in the market, still more or less just going sideways here. But now let's talk about the big thing that is approaching right now for Bitcoin, which is the death cross. And the death cross is basically, if you look at this on the daily time frame, you can see the orange one is the 50-day moving average and the green one is the 200-day moving average. And you can see that they are about to cross right here. So I'm gonna quickly take away this actually and show it on this. This is the same data, but you can see we're about to have that death cross. The yellow one is about to cross the red one. Now, what does this mean for Bitcoin? Well, this is the first time since January of 2022, so more than 1.5 years ago, we did have this death cross on the daily time frame. And then right here, we actually did have a golden cross. So on this golden cross right here, when it's the other way around, we cross it from the downside, cross it, through it, and continue to the upside. And right here in 2023, February 2003, you can see we had it. After the golden cross, we did see a pullback, but then you did see a quite significant pump to the upside. But now let's talk about the death cross itself, because you can see we had one right here, and this was pretty accurate, although right after the death cross, we did actually have a little bit of a rally up to $49,000, but then we started to go down heavily. So we did have a death cross right here as well. And this time, this was actually right at the bottom. So the death cross happened, and then we went up. So you can see already how unreliable this indicator is. So sometimes it is hit and miss, but look at the data here. So each and every death cross we've had from 2011 until the last one in 2022, let's see what the performances have been after 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. Let's first see after 3 months. So in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the occasions, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 times we've had these death crosses, and only 5 times we've actually after 3 months been going down. Now let's look at 6 months. If you look at the performance after 6 months, we've only had us going down 1, 2, 3, 4 times out of these 9. And if you look at the last during the next 12 months, you do have, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times out of 9. We have actually ended up being at a lower price after 12 months. So this more or less confirms that this is not an reliable indicator, even though I know, guys, a lot of traders, a lot of people are watching this death cross right now, and they are starting to pile into their shorts already in anticipation of this death cross. But the data is showing us, be careful with this, guys. This is not a very reliable indicator. However, there's something I want to show you on the dollar index, and this is a little bit more reliable. So what you have on the dollar index is on the 4-hourly time frame, you can see that we have continued to go to the upside here. We're now approaching the resistance at 105. And if I just go to the weekly time frame here, you can see that, yes, the dollar index is in a quite significant run to the upside here. So yeah, this is looking pretty bullish. But let's go to the daily time frame and let's look at the same thing. Let's look at the death and golden crosses. And you can see that the dollar index is actually potentially about to have a golden cross here. When the yellow one crosses the red one to the upside, if this dollar index continues to go up, then you are going to have that cross here. And what is that going to mean for the dollar index? Just for some more information, if you want Bitcoin to go up, if you want traditional markets to go up, you want the dollar index to go down in general. When the dollar index is going up, it typically means that assets, commodities, and crypto is going down. So this is why we've seen the dollar index going up and crypto and assets have more or less been going down during the same period. Okay, let's see. We did have a death cross right here, and you can see that after the death cross, we immediately actually went down on the dollar index. We found a little bit of a bottom right here, did have another rally, and then we saw some more downside before continuation to the downside. So in this instance, I would say, yes, you did see this death cross and you did see us go down. And another thing with the death and golden crosses, guys, typically you want the price action to move into the actual cross at the point in which it happens. So you can see that the dollar index was going up here. It didn't come exactly to the point of the cross, but this is increasing the chances of it actually reacting to the cross itself. So if we go to Bitcoin, let's see if we can find some examples here. Well, not really, guys. Not really an example. Well, let's take this one right here. You can see that the Bitcoin price was going up here, and at the point of the cross, we were kind of getting close to it. But ideally, for this to happen, you would want the cross to come all the way into the actual cross here, and then that leads into a more likely chance that we could see a reaction, and in this case, a pullback. Now let's go back to the dollar index because I want to show you this. So you can see that we did have a golden cross right here. And this golden cross, it was in July of 2021. And after that, the dollar index went on a massive run here, on a massive run. So that was the golden cross, the last golden cross we had. We did have a death cross right here as well. On this death cross, you did see the dollar index go down heavily. So I would say with the dollar index, it looks more reliable with these death and golden crosses. You have a golden cross right here, goes on a massive run. You have a death cross right here, goes on a massive pullback. So yeah, and this could mean that the dollar index continues to the upside, which is going to mean more downside for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, for crypto, for traditional markets as well. So this is definitely something we need to be on the watch out for. So I already showed you the data right here. A couple of days ago, I made a video talking about the biggest opportunity right now and how that was actually the spot Ethereum ETF, which I thought was going to happen. I thought that companies were going to file it pretty soon. And I also posted this thread on Twitter, or this tweet on Twitter, talking about this big opportunity with the Ethereum ETF potentially being filed. Now, it only took one day and you already have the spot Bitcoin ETF applications coming in. This time from ARK21 Shares. It is actually also from Vanek and ARK Invest. So yeah, you're gonna see more and more of these to come in. And when you see that Bitcoin ETF being approved, you are potentially going to see that Ethereum ETF being approved very soon thereafter. Now, in terms of the actual economy, I want to show you this data. But before we do, guys, if you want to start trading yourself and you want to catch the best bonuses available in crypto, then scroll down to the description of this video. You have the Bybit link right here, up to $30,000 in deposit bonuses. You also have up to $60,000 in deposit bonuses on OKX right here. So make sure to take advantage of these bonuses right now. So let's talk about the general economy right now. And what you can see, guys, is that August actually marked the busiest month on record for US bankruptcies. So this is pretty crazy. The economy is definitely struggling, even though things seem to be okay, like people are still spending money, people still have jobs and such, but you're seeing the bankruptcies, a record high amount of bankruptcy courts in the United States. So also 23 large bankruptcy filings and 6 bankruptcies worth $3.1 billion just last week alone. So this could be a potential sign of a trend shift, and things getting a little bit more ugly here. Now, there's two different ways to interpret it. One could be that the economy is struggling and so assets are going to go down because people are going to sell them and such. But the second thing is that you're seeing the economy being weakened, which is going to lead into the Fed starting to print money again and starting to cut rates again, which would of course be good for our assets. So these are the two different things you have to balance in your head when you think about the bankruptcies increasing right now in the United States. Finally, for Binance, more executives are leaving, and specifically the people overseeing the Russia operations for the exchange. So yes, more things to come from the Binance situation for sure, guys. The last word is not said here. Guys, this is what I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.